Jalen Brunson is returning this weekend, and we're going to break down all the new details. Also, Karl-Anthony Towns and Mitchell Robinson are working on their chemistry ahead of the postseason. We're going to break down all of these latest reports today. If you enjoy the content, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and make sure you have notifications on as well too. If you want to support the channel, the easiest way to do that is to hit that subscribe button. And now, let's get started. Jalen Brunson's return is imminent. I'm ready. It's time. I have been ready since the captain has gone down. I have been counting down the days until he returns. And that countdown ends this weekend. Shout out to Ian Bagley of SNY for giving us the following information about Jalen Brunson and his return. According to him, Jalen Brunson is still working his way back. I think it's a long shot for him to play tonight against the Cleveland Cavaliers, but they have a couple of days off. Then they go to Atlanta on Saturday. Then they're home against Phoenix on Sunday. I think based on the trajectory and everything that's gone on here, the weekend is a realistic landing spot for Jalen Brunson and his return. That Atlanta game, that Phoenix game, I think if everything continues to pace with his rehab, that's the place you are looking for Brunson to be back on the court. Sometime this weekend, at the Atlanta game or at home against the Phoenix Suns. When Brunson returns this weekend, it will not only allow him to be up for NBA accolades and awards, but it will also give him the opportunity to build chemistry with this team before the postseason. And honestly, that is the most important thing for this Knicks team to do. If you were wondering, what game is Jalen Brunson going to return in? Is it going to be the game against Atlanta or the game against Phoenix? Well, we have to consider a few things here. First of all, this weekend we're playing another back-to-back. We play the Hawks on Saturday at 3 p.m., and then we play the Phoenix Suns back at MSG at 7 p.m. So that's going to be a major factor there. Given the fact it's a back-to-back, I doubt that Jalen Brunson will return on April 5th and then play again on April 6th. It's likely he returns on April 6th and then continues to play throughout the rest of the regular season until the Knicks get to the postseason. If he's able to do that, he'll be able to get those NBA awards and still gain chemistry with this team. And again, that is the most important thing. We have still not seen consistent minutes between Jalen Brunson and Mitchell Robinson. Not even consistent minutes with Jalen Brunson and that double big lineup. And we're going to need to see that as we head into the postseason. Getting the captain back is extremely important, but it's important for a number of different factors. The main thing I want to see happen once Jalen Brunson comes back is the continued aggression of our wings in OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges. OG has been playing out of his mind lately. Over the last 7 to 8 games, his numbers have been all NBA-like, all-star-like. That must continue. If we get this continued play from our wings and we're adding a fully healthy Jalen Brunson to that, the game changer, Captain Clutch, we add him to what we're already developing and continuing to create, this Knicks team is going to be one of the hardest outs in the entire postseason. That's what we're building. That's what we're creating. And the captain is going to help all of that. He's coming home. He's coming back. He's returning. And that return happens this weekend, most likely against the Phoenix Suns on April 6th. Speaking about that double big lineup, obviously, I want Jalen Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns and Mitchell Robinson to play together and gain chemistry together. But even more important than that, we need both centers to play more together and gain that chemistry. They need to be able to have that on lock as they get into the postseason, because Tom Thibodeau, he's going to lean on that lineup depending on who we're playing against and what the matchups are. And that's exactly why we have to prepare and continue to build the chemistry, build the trust, and understand our roles when certain lineups are out there. Thankfully, Karl-Anthony Towns and Mitchell Robinson are currently working on that chemistry now as we get ready to head into the playoffs. Shout out to New York Basketball on the app X for giving us the following information. According to them, Karl-Anthony Towns said the following about him and Mitchell Robinson playing together. According to Towns, we are doing a good job finding ways to win with each other on the court at the same time. We've got a great relationship that translates on the court. We have good chemistry going. They do have good chemistry going, but it could get a lot stronger. And the way to do that is to play them together more minutes. Oftentimes, we don't see that. We either see Karl-Anthony Towns or Mitchell Robinson. Sometimes we see them together, but not often enough and not long enough. We need to see that happen more often, because if you continue to play them together, that's how they're going to build chemistry and learn the right way to play together, especially on the defensive side of the ball. I've said this a number of times, but I'm going to continue to say it. When those two are playing together, for some reason, Mitchell Robinson has the confidence to go out and guard other three-point shooters. When he does that, he leaves Karl-Anthony Towns as the sole center inside to stop all of those penetrators. And we know what happens in that situation. Towns gets taken advantage of. Other players go up against him. They drive on him. They take contact on him, and they get to the line, or it's an easy bucket, easy backdoor cut, whatever the case may be. We've seen it enough times to know that doesn't work. If anything, what should happen in that situation should be switched. Mitchell Robinson should stay home, and Karl-Anthony Towns should be the one roaming, following these shooters. It's not great. It's not perfect, but it's better, because if somebody beats Towns, at least you have Mitchell Robinson right there. If somebody beats Mitchell Robinson, they see Towns inside. That's like barbecue chicken. You know when you get in there, he's either going to hit you or you're going to get an easy bucket anyways, because he's not going to see the backdoor pass. That's why the Knicks have to utilize them more so they know how to play together better. Before we get back to today's show, I want to give a special thanks to today's sponsor, MyBookie. The madness is here. March Madness has been insane. High stakes matchups, intense confrontations, wild finishes, and each and every game gives you a great betting opportunity. And MyBookie has you covered. It's bringing back a favorite, the MyBookie Bet and Get. Place a bet on March Madness and get a surprise reward. Cash back, free bets, bonus chips. You never know what you're going to get. Sign up with promo code MM50 for a deposit bonus. If you don't want the bonus, no worries. Just let them know Recap sent you. Bet on any game, anytime, anywhere, only with MyBookie. And now, let's get back to the show. Something else that's important is Mitchell Robinson and his conditioning, which he's admitted himself still needs a little bit of work. According to Mitch, legs heavy, conditioning not there. Missing 10 months is a long time. That's what Robinson had to say when he was speaking about his conditioning and getting caught up as he gets further and further away from the injury that put him on the shelf for so many months. And shout out to SNY's Ian Bagley for giving us the following information. According to him, Mitchell Robinson's rhythm and conditioning seem to be trending in the right direction. But as Robinson said, still got a lot of work to do. When asked to elaborate on where he wants to be conditioning-wise, Robinson chuckled and he said, "I need to be able to play like 7 minutes straight. Been working on the conditioning stuff still, so we're rolling." Robinson said yesterday that he hopes to have his conditioning all the way back by the playoff start. "The way I've been working, I feel like that's the goal. I'm just going to continue to keep working, work on my conditioning, and keep going." And as long as Mitchell Robinson continues to keep going, as long as he continues to focus on his conditioning, focus on working with Karl-Anthony Towns and developing that chemistry, the Knicks are going to be a better team because of it. We need to be able to unlock this double big lineup. There is another level that they can play at that we have not seen yet. And that's for two specific reasons. Number one, Tom Thibodeau does not play them together a lot. And number two, the captain has been absent for the last couple of weeks as he's been dealing with that ankle sprain. But he's coming back soon. And we're going to be able to see what that lineup looks like when you have a fully healthy Knicks team. And that's what I want to see, because when you see it, you'll be able to identify the strengths and the weaknesses almost immediately. And then you start to work on them. You start to fix them. And that's how you become the best version of yourself headed into the postseason. Why else do you think Jalen Brunson is coming back right now? You think it's only for the NBA accolades and awards? That's not the only reason why. I'm sure it's part of it, but not the only reason. The main reason is because he wants to win. He wants to win with this team, and he wants to win on the stage that matters the most, the playoffs. The playoffs is the most important thing. Fully healthy Knicks team is what we need in order to get all the way to the NBA Finals this year. If everybody wants that, then we all need to have a fully healthy roster. So hopefully that's what the Knicks have going into the postseason. And given all of these updates, all of these injury updates that we have been reviewing over the last few days, it sounds very hopeful that New York is going to be fully healthy and ready to take on any team come the postseason. But what about you guys? What do you think about the following reports indicating that Jalen Brunson can return for the Knicks this weekend? In my opinion, I think he's coming back this Sunday against the Suns. Do you agree? Let me know in the comment section below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below. And of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knicks fans, take care of yourself, your families, and each other. Peace and love.